Hello everyone. Today we will talk about religion because for good understand the wars and the actualities in the world, we must talk about religions, we must talk about political actions, and we must talk about peoples and different action in the world. First, subscribe in channel and share videos and likes. Like this, we can start after videos live. We can watch and listen to good analyze and good understand the situation what you live now because the world changed. Okay, why talking about religion? We must talking about religion because there is this war, Israel war against Arabic, against Palestine, against Hamas. The Israel war wasn't start in 7 October. The Israel war thus beginning since the creation of earth. The Israel war begins since first time of human in earth because if we talk about Israel, we must talk after Adam and Eve. We must talk about Israel people, Jewish people who live in Israel. Okay? Then, what we can say about religions? About religions, now we must say there is 3 religions. Okay? The Islam, there is Church, Christianismus, and there is Jewish, Juden. Okay? And when we say there is Islam, we must know what is Islam and not talking. I am not here to talk about Arabic people. Arabic and Islam is not the same. Okay? Church and European also it's not the same because we must know God first. Let the religion and talking about what is God. You must search about God because maybe Arabic people, maybe the church. In the church you can't give on the answer what is God, or if you look the Arabic people. Okay, because religion or God, I am not here specialist. It's not my specialty. I am not religion person for talking about religion, but we must understand what's the personal, and what's this person. Okay, we talking about person and not about God. But at the end, at the end of discussion, we saying there is one God. Okay, there is only one God, and I think all this religion, the three religion, must believe for one God. When you understand the religion, because if you don't know God, if you don't know God, you can't understand the next steps. Okay, I won't say Islam and Quran because the Quran you must read, and you must know what's Islam and what's saying in Quran. Okay, and then you must know what is church, then what is Bible. Okay, then you must know what's Israel, what's Jewish, and what's Torah, what they say in Talmud. Okay, that's it. That's important. If we look, for example, Quran and Muslim and Arabis, that's not the same. That's not the same because for example, what's the religion? The religion, first people who live in Israel, that is Jewish people. You must understand that, for example, Abraham, it's Jewish, it's Jewish, it's Jewish, it's Jewish from a Jewish prophet, a Jewish prophet, Abraham, for example. And then Abraham, what he make Abraham? One day he traveled from Israel to Arabia Saudi, and he built Mecca, and he built Mecca with his son Ismail. Together they built Mecca, for example. And when they built Mecca, they talk with people and saying, you must believe for one God. Okay, all the religions must talk about one God. I don't know. For example, in church, they saying three, Father, Son, and Spirit, and Saint Spirit. I don't know if there is one or three. Maybe because the big problem is to say there is and to believe there is one God. All the person who believe there is one God, that person, it's not kafir. That person, all people who believe there is only one God in this life, in this world, this person is not kafir. This person, because this person believe for one God. Now, why I am talking religion? Because if you talk on religion, in religion, God talk for his people for the last time, for the last day. All these three religion, Jewish religion, or the Christianism religion, or the in church, or the in Quran, on the mosque, all this religion talking about the last day, and we must believe for the last day when all people must died. Okay. For this reason, I am saying about. I am talking yesterday about the war nuclear after the last day, because after the last day there is some action. God must make some action before the last day, and this preparation is not people. It's not people. This is action for God, but this action must people do some action, and this preparation you cannot see it. Ordinary people, they cannot observe, or they cannot take note for this action. That is a job of God. Then we watch now. There is two war. There is two big war: Israel war, and there is Ukraine wars. And the next, there is also in Asia. There is also in Taiwan. There is we waiting for war. Japan, China, and Korea also, South and North of Korea. There is also we waiting for the war in these regions. Also, there is the next war, not war, but there is next conflict with in the Turkey. Turkey must will attack Kurdistan, Iraq, for because Turkey went annexed 40 kilometers from his border to Iraq. And we can say, for example, we can also, when we talking about Turkey, we talk about also Erdogan, and we talk about Islam, and we talk about Islam, not the same Islam in, for example, in Arabic Gulf. in Saudi, in Dubai, in Qatar, etc. And when we talk about Turkey, we talk also about Istanbul. And talking about Istanbul, we must talking about Greenland, and we must talking about all the Balkan country, Albania, Montenegro, Serbia, and Bosnia. You know, also there is a conflict between Bosnia state and Serbian state, because Serbians say that's Bosnia. It's for that's Bosnia is for Serbian. It's one state. It's Serbian state. You know, and I don't hear talking about the First World War or a Second World War. I am here talking about the Third World War, and that is not imagination. That is really, you can watch now. You can touch, and you can feel that there is seriously, really, this war, and this war is preparing. It's preparing for tomorrow, for next week, for next month, for next year, for next years. Because when you make statistic, or when you study something, you must study for a long time. A long time. That's not 5 years, 10 years maybe. Minimum, you must look for 10 years. And when we look for 10 years, what happens in 10 years? We know that there is a divorce between Russia and Occident. They will not make friendly relation from 50 years, for 100 years. It's finished. That's divorce. That's finished. When there is this divorce between Russia and Europe and Occident, the problem, there is always the problem. When there is always the problem, there is always war. If this war, nuclear war, will not take place in this time, they will take place in 10 years, in 5 years. I don't know how many time and when exactly. And the religion also talk about the anti-Christian, the antichrist, the antichrist. This person must he must come in this life and live with people after the last day. You can say, for example, in Europe, we talk about one eyes, etc. This scene there is in Europe. You can go to in coffee, or I don't know, and you watch, for example, this scene in cafeteria, in street, in public place, etc. It's important also to talk about Israel, what happened in Israel. This war in Israel not started from 1 year, or from one day, or this war started since the beginning of life, I think. And we must say, now there is not state in Palestine. We cannot lie. There is not a state in Palestine now. We can't talk about, then not only in Palestine, we can't talk about state, Arabic state. If you know one Arabic state, give me his name. There is not one state, Arabic state. If you imagine Qatar, it's state. The Qatar is not state. And for me, there is a mistake between Arabic systems and Quran and Islam and Arabic people. That's the problem. Now we can't talk about Arabic state. And when we cannot talk about, and there is not Arabic state, we cannot talk about Islamic state, because Islamic state, there is not. Who can make this and apply this, for example, this Islamic state? If you imagine that, for example, Qatar Tamim or bin Salman from Arabia Saudi can apply Islam in and govern with Islam. That's not applied, and for this reason we can't talk about Islamic State. And when we can't talk about Islamic State, we can't talk about Palestinian State. When we can't talk about Palestinian State, we can't talk about Palestinian. But in Palestine there is only the mosque of Al-Aqsa. Only there, in Palestine there is only the mosque of Aqsa. Another thing is all of Jewish people. Another thing is all for Jewish people. And that's the problem. I think Israel win in this war, and I think Israel will take Gaza, and there is not a Palestinian state from here to 50 years, maybe in 10 years, in 20 years. We can't talk about Hamas, about Palestinian state. Then we can from to 50 years. I want also talk about Austria. Yesterday he expels 2 diplomats from Russia, and I want talk about escalation. That means there is escalation, and today Russia also will expel 2 diplomats from Austria working in Russia. Austria will expel 2 diplomats, and I want to talk about escalation, another escalation between Russia and Finland, because you know that Finland was now member in NATO military organization, and when NATO is now member in NATO, now Russia will make all his force military in border with Finland. And if you know, yesterday there is attack drone in the border of Ukraine and Russia, and this drone attacks in territory, Russia territory, and make some build kaput, and one died, I think, and many cars brûling. And what say FM Russia FM, they say that Russia don't have information if Estonia or Finland take position in this attack drone in Russia territory. You know, when state as Russia talk like this, and official responsible from Russia talk like this, and this speech or this discourse, that's to send for you the message that tomorrow we don't know tomorrow what will happen. Okay, tomorrow Russia can say this attack come from Estonia, or this attack for drone in Petersburg and in Belgorod come from Estonia or come from Finland. And in this case, Russia must attack also Finland and Estonia, or not only Estonia or Finland. It's the same thing about Moldova, in Transnistria, in Odessa. The same thing of in Romania. If Romania not a big problem for Russia now, the same thing in Paris, because no, and the same thing in Berlin, because in Berlin, and you think, for example, now in Germany or in Europe, in France it's before, but it's new in Germany, that people, I talk with people, they say, for me it's first time we see transport chars and soldaten and military in street. We look for always military and char transport in street, etc. That is first time. That's what I say for people. I want to say that is step by step. You must prepare you for this war. We are not. If I talk religion, we are not in the beginning of life. The life will not was not started today. We are we are walking at the end of life automatically. We are not walking at the start of life or the beginning of life. We are walking to the end of life, and when we are walking of the end of life, there is automatically all what the religion talking, the three religion who talking about the apocalypse and the last day and the end of the world. All this writing must apply, and we must watch it. We must see this action exactly realized in our life. Not tomorrow, not after, maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, maybe after 1 year, maybe after 10 years. Mafti, the max I don't think it's before, it's after 100 years. I don't think this. If it's not after 10 years, it's after 20 years, it's after 50 years max. I think not 100 years. Now, the idea I want to say, you people must preparing to military action in Europe. It's routine and it's normal once you see military with clothes, military with clash in hand, and you see chars in street now, and that is normal. And you must prepare for food, because we listened that in Scandinavian countries start, because Finland and Sweden was now member in NATO, and the attention it's not good in border between Russia and Finland. We listened that state in Scandinavian country ask people to make some alert. Also in Munich today, Munich start alert to people must make routine to listen this alert every day, alert for war every day. This is not tomorrow war, but people must training, must listen this alert, and must preparing food, must preparing what eat in time war, must go shopping for 1 month, for 2 months, and etc. I will return after to discussion all these questions, and we must subscribe in this channel, and step by step I talk directly in phone. I haven't microphone, and I haven't good camera and all things, but in few days when you subscribe, I can make live direct, and you can watch me, and you can listen for good analysis in good performance, and like this you will understand the situation exactly what happened. Because for understand the situation, people must obligatory must know the state, what plan the state, what think the political person who govern. No, because if you don't know, for example, what is Scholz, Olaf Scholz in the chancellery of Deutschland, what is his political things, what is his political opinion, and why he want war against Russia, and what's his political against refugees, because you know now how many refugees in Germany since 10 years. I think there is 20 million new new habitant in Germany, and that's not easy, and that's not no thing. That is one plus think, because now, for example, there is Ukraine in Germany, and for example, the kebab was €4, and now I think it's for 10, 12, €50. The sandwich, one sandwich in Germany, and we and Germany, the minister, defense minister in Germany, ask a lot of money, more budget for military action, because Germany will prepare the war against Russia in maximum in 5 years, and for this reason, military need budget, more money, and this money will come from another sector, another minister sector must give money to military military army defense minister, and at the end, now for Ukraine resist in this war, Ukraine need now billion milliard dollar, and after war was will stop, because there is not war without stop. This war will make, and Ukraine need a billion milliard dollar for rebuild Ukraine, and that's a lot of money, because for make war you need money, you need a lot of money, and it's terror, and it's life change life, and it's people uh, be psychic, not good in moral, and all these problems. Okay, see you after, and I wait for your subscribe in this channel. Choose.